Hello friends, welcome back. Today we are going back to Rise of the Tomb Raider. This is another adventure that we have gone through in this channel, except for the DLC. So why don't we go ahead and put our headphones on. So in the ending of the Rise of the Tomb Raider, we did notice there was a DLC. Now why don't we go ahead and take a look. Oh, there's blood ties and Lara's nightmare. So I guess we have two. Well, let's see if we can fit both of these on here, depending how long they are. If not, I guess we're gonna have to do 2 episodes. Alright friends, well as always, thank you for being here, and let's go ahead and get started and have a lot of fun, again, with Lara. Okay, it seems like we're gonna be going to Lara's mansion. Hey, I don't mind. With the rain and the thunder, it looks a little bit spooky though, I'll say that.
Final notice to Lara Croft, current tenant of premises. This is to serve as your final notice for the purposes of terminating your ownership of Croft Manor. You are required to immediately vacate and surrender possession of said manor to Atlas de Mornay, executor of estates.
Lara, it is unfortunate that you have forced my hand in this matter, but so be it. As you know, your parents appointed me executor of the estate in the event of their absence. Since your mother disappeared, her death was never technically declared. And given the circumstances surrounding your father's death, it's no surprise that he never drafted a formal last will and testament to account for this circumstance. Unfortunately, you have no legal claim to the estate. I'm willing to negotiate a modest monthly stipend from your trust, but only if you leave the manor by week's end. Don't fight me on this, Lara. Your mother wouldn't want that. Sincerely.
Do not gaslight me like that,
There
Bahal.
has to be a will or some kind of evidence of what happened to Mum in the manor.
Oh, we're
somewhere.
playing!
Dad's safe.
Oh, this is pretty. Look at all the dust and stuff. I mean, dust is not pretty, but you know what I mean. Okay, so they're trying to take our house from us. How dare you? I'm gonna find proof. Of course, Lara, you need a...
Needs a combination. It's got to be in Dad's papers somewhere. Maybe in the library. My birthday crown. I was so proud of that thing.
Cute. Okay, maybe it's your birthday? Okay. Let's keep looking.
Dad's map of the forgotten cities of northern Syria. He was closer than he knew to finding the Prophet's tomb.
Oops, sorry, Lara. I thought you were going to continue talking. Anything?
Dad's book about immortality myths might be useful in my research.
Okay, we're going to keep looking for things here. This is very interesting. Oh, what's this?
I finally introduced Richard to the family. It went precisely how I imagined. I see but polite grace from mother, indifference and disinterest from father, and thinly veiled contempt from Atlas. Of course they don't approve. To them, Lord Croft is the man who took away their beloved daughter and ruined her long-standing engagement, though I was never going to marry that repugnant Earl of Farringdon anyway. One might think they would be happy that I was being courted by a genuine lord of the realm. It just happens to be Richard Croft. In their eyes, the man who single-handedly ruined a once great family. But there's nothing to be done now. Watching how Richard dealt with their subtle insults and disrespect. Such grace and calm. I know he did it for me. But I think I'm falling in love with this man. It will break my mother's heart, but I cannot live the life she imagined for me. My time with Richard has only made this clearer.
She's very determined, like
It
Lara.
must have been hard for Mum to go against her family's wishes. I'm glad she did.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad she did too.
A picture with Dad and Anna.
Ugh.
Never liked wearing dresses, but the color was nice.
I know what you did, Anna. I know what you did. Alright, what's this?
Well, this is a hell of a thing. I met someone tonight quite unexpectedly. But it shouldn't have been, it seems. I've been so buried in my work, so distracted by my latest revelations, I never bothered to notice my surroundings. But there she was, sitting at my table in the library. Her name is Amelia. And apparently she's been studying right next to me. Art history, of all things. I shared some of my research against my better judgment, but I wanted to see how she would respond. And she did not disappoint. I felt as if I was suddenly engaged in a mental game of chess, moving and counter-moving in argument. At one point, that poor old librarian had to shush us as if we were children. I feel so foolish for not having noticed her earlier. She's a brilliant woman who's challenged my ideas for the first time in memory. In truth, I don't know if she's feeling as exhilarated as I am right now, but I dare say our conversation was mutually stimulating. For the first time in a long time, I find myself thinking about something else besides my research. I hope she returns for another round tomorrow.
That's love.
My parents made a good team, challenging each other from the start. Dad would have liked me to go to Oxford, but I insisted on UCL. Yep, looks real. Roth once offered to forge me a fake diploma to show Dad.
Okay, I think we did okay.
The door to the library.
Are you kidding?
Locked. There's got to be another way
Isn't this
through.
your mansion, Lara? Like, have you not looked at anything?
This is the map I made for my first expedition with Dad. It shows a path to the library through the servants' passages.
What the heck is this?
Too dark. Going to need a flashlight. The
Wow.
grand hall. Always loved playing in here.
Lara!
This will be one of the first things
How
to
come?
fix.
Like, yeah, I mean, the floor and everything was gonna get rotten and stuff. This kind of looks like the movie. Okay, let's look through here. Any goodies? I'm just gonna say, if there's anything boring, or if this goes on for too long, I'm gonna make sure to just cut it off.
This belongs to Anna. Most of her belongings are in the guest
Yuck.
house. What was she doing in here?
Did I say stop smoking, love R?
Lara, you know the West Wing is off limits.
Jesus. You think I care?
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see.
We've been through this.
Locked.
Mum's
Need a
room in here.
key to open this.
Stay out of there, darling.
I don't want to.
Dad was always so protective of the West
What are you
Wing.
doing sitting there on the floor, Mistress Lara?
Looking at the compass, thinking.
What about, if I may inquire?
Just thinking about discovering faraway places, about finding adventure.
I'm sure you will, my lady. You've the soul of an explorer. But don't grow up too fast.
The offer came in the post last week, and I still haven't told Richard. He flew ahead to Tibet, where I will meet him shortly. I never told him I was submitting my work. Never thought there was a chance of being accepted. But a gallery tour is not something I can pass up. The show will take me away from England for over a year. I'll begin in New York and travel across the United States and, oh, God, I'm giddy even writing these words. When Richard and I were married, I was prepared to relegate my painting to a hobby. But it was Richard who objected, who gave me my atelier and studio. Without that support, I might still be painting boring landscapes. Now I can't shake the foolish sensation that leaving would be a betrayal. He will laugh at that and insist I accept, even though I know it will break his heart to be apart. He never once asked me to sacrifice any part of my life for his. I have, of course, in 1,000 small ways over the years, but he would never ask. The discussion can wait, and I will join him in Tibet. I won't cast a shadow over his find. I will be by his side in his triumph, as I know he will stand by my side, in time.
Well, that's good. You need to get yourself people that support you.
Lara, since your return from your expedition to Yamatai, I've grown increasingly alarmed at your erratic behavior. I can only assume you suffered some kind of psychological trauma and are only acting out as a call for help. I want you to know that I hear you. loud and clear. Anna and I agree that it's time for you to be evaluated by a professional. I took the liberty of arranging an introduction to a highly qualified colleague of mine. You should be receiving the details in the post soon. I want to impress upon you the importance of this, Lara. As executor of the estate, it is my duty to see that it is left in capable hands. And if I may be blunt, you're acting like your father when he was at his worst. He nearly lost the manor himself in those days. I'd hate for you to repeat his mistakes. I encourage you to embrace the help I'm offering. Sincerely, your uncle.
Well, Uncle, you can take your letter and shove it up your booty hole. We got a little treasure box. What do we have?
Got to remember to pack this for my next trip.
This is a flashlight. Can we go through here? We got the flashlight! Okay, we're gonna have to go back in there then.
Lara, I've reviewed the report from your therapist. I have to say I was surprised to see a clean bill of health. I somehow doubt you've so easily abandoned your irrational claims.
Loser, Uncle!
Indeed, where have you been the past few weeks? My secretary discovered that you booked a flight to Turkey on the 20th. You can't have been simply sightseeing, as your customs claims suggest. I know you're up to something, and I'll be damned if I let you use the Croft assets to indulge the same obsession that led to my sister's death. It's not too late to relinquish your claims on the manor voluntarily. If you refuse, I will find a way to cut you off. Sincerely, Atlas.
God, Uncle, you're really a piece of work, I'll tell you that. Alright, let's get in here. Nothing scary, it's our house, we don't even have weapons on us. Oh, what's this?
Amelia, the news has reached Mother. She knows that you broke off your engagement with the Earl of Farringdon. She is beside herself with worry. But, for the moment, she's controlling the narrative. As far as anyone knows, you're just having innocent second thoughts. But the moment your affair with Lord Croft goes public, it will be too late. Our name will be as ruined as this man you've chosen to bed. Don't you see that you're being selfish, Amelia? Please, consider your family. You're a de Mornay. Everything you do has a greater effect on us all. I'm coming down to London soon. Don't do anything rash until we have a chance to talk.
I think you just want to manipulate your sister like you're doing with us. That and gaslight us, you punk. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. Alright, I think the only thing we have to be scared of down here is rats. Or falling down the...
Falling apart.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just let my uncle have this place.
Nope, we're gonna fight him. I don't care if it's a piece of dump.
They say a good test of a relationship is how well you travel together. Well, I'd say Amelia and I have passed that test with flying
He's so
colours.
excited.
Indeed, these last few months in Egypt have been nothing short of extraordinary. She and Roth get on like old uni chums. In fact, the two have spent more than a few nights drinking and playing cards into the wee hours. Despite her decidedly proper upbringing, Amelia's taken to roughing it more than I ever have. She fits in and connects with the local populace with such amazing empathy. Because of her, I've had a bit of an unexpected breakthrough in my research. She managed to convince an artifact dealer in Old Town to sell me a magnificent and quite unusual Tibetan scroll. From what I can tell, it seems to contain details surrounding an immortality ritual of some sort. I think it's time for me to take the next step with Amelia. In fact, I don't think I can wait any longer. I will ask for her hand tomorrow in the bright Egyptian sun amidst the dust and ruins.
Well, that's so cute.
I'm not surprised he asked her to marry him as soon as he got the idea.
Hello, rat! See, I'm not as... this is kind of creepy down here, but I'm not scared of you. Now, what is this?
Amelia, I know we have had our differences in recent years. I've tried my best to keep an open mind about your relationship with Richard, but I just can't let you go on this ill-conceived expedition without saying my piece. You say Richard's theories have merit. You say that he may have actually stumbled upon some mythic, unknown truth, but I have seen nothing to support such claims. And while your word may have been enough in times past, I cannot let you squander away what remains of your name and reputation, and that of our family, truth be told, on some damned foolish crusade. I intend to go to Richard's investors and let them know exactly how he's spending their money, but I want to give you a chance to put a stop to this yourself. Please, don't go to Tibet. If not for me, At least for Lara.
You see, more manipulation, gaslighting. I hate this dude. Do it at least for Lara. I hate him. I hate him. It's all about reputation and your image.
Still just as creepy as I remember.
Did I miss something? I'm over here angry at Uncle Atlas. That's just a rat! That is just a rat. Oh, what's this? Can I push this? Yes, I can. Hello, little rat!
My lord, I hope this missive finds you on a successful expedition and in good health. Before I bore you with estate affairs, I wanted to let you know that our little angel has been into some mischief. As always, I indulged her in our usual game of chess. Over the course of the game, she broached the subject of her mother. She's having trouble remembering her now, and wanted to enter her ladyship's atelier, which you sealed off, to play on her mother's piano. It enraged her when she wasn't allowed to go in, of course. For someone so young, she has such strong emotions. Later in the day, she set a trap for me in the walk-in freezer, of all places. And before I knew what was happening, I found myself locked inside. Mrs. Sheffield discovered me an hour later, shivering and somewhat peeved. It took us an additional hour to find Lara in the grounds. I know all her hiding places, of course, but this time she really did not want to be found. Call it years of observation, but I can tell when she's out of sorts. My lord, if I may be so bold, she misses you fiercely. She is lonely for her father. Please consider a call as soon as you are able.
Lara was such a little brat!
King to Queen 1. I'm going to win this time, Winston.
Clever girl. But you should know by now, winning isn't everything. Queen to King's Bishop 6. Check.
Easy for you to say. Always win. Knight takes queen.
What I mean to say is try to enjoy the journey, Lara. Don't rush to victory. Bishop to King 7.
I know, Winston. I just want... Oh no! I didn't even see that.
You should also know by now, I'm not to be trifled with on this board, young lady. Mate.
Oh, I am going to win. Someday.
I would play chess with our old butler Winston on this board. Never could beat him. I always chose white. Maybe if I let him go first once in a while, I might have won.
So I guess the mama died. She was left alone. And her father would go on these expeditions and stuff and leave her. Oh, what's this?
I'm at a crossroads now. Good lord, that's such a cliche. But there's truth in it. 2 roads before me. Both present joy and compromise. A life with Richard, adventure, intellectual pursuit, perhaps a new family. But also a man obsessed with something I cannot understand. Or a life of obligation, upholding the de Mornay name, embracing our traditions, not losing the family that raised me. Oh, this really is a rubbish choice. I don't want to lose them, but I love the life I've started to build with Richard. He comes with his own difficulties, but I can accept them. Will it be enough?
It got her killed though, so I can see why the family is upset.
Everything is almost ready for Mistress Lara's birthday expedition surprise. It's been a bit of an all-hands-on-deck effort organizing the affair and keeping it secret. She's obsessed with Egypt, memorizing hieroglyphs and ancient Egyptian districts, so she'll be delighted with what Lord Croft has come up with. This will be good for her. She's been acting up of late, but I know she's just craving more of her father's attention. He's been so buried in his research. It'll be a nice moment for the 2 of them to reconnect. And I do believe he needs it as much as she does.
I think that's why she didn't believe in her father. Remember the first one? After everything we went through in the Island of Death, she began to believe him. Okay, that should be enough. we got something.
Dad, this is it! The basement of despair!
Indeed, Lara. Muster your courage, for this is the only path to the Library of Infinite Knowledge.
Look there! See the string?
An ancient Egyptian tripwire. The keepers of knowledge want none to disturb their treasures. We must tread carefully.
Let me lead. I know how to spot all the traps.
I'm sure you do, my darling. Lead on.
This is the basement. This is one spooky basement, I'll say.
One of the wire traps Winston made for my birthday expedition. My stuffed bear. In a tomb without a mummy.
That's so cute. Look at this. Alright, looks like we made it. Squeeze through as always. Perfect. Is my crowbar here by any chance? What is this cool thing?
This bust of Anubis was from Dad's Egyptian collection.
Whoa.
He must have put it down in the basement for our little expedition.
And he just forgot it? Okay. I guess they could afford to do that. Woo!
Plans for adding electricity to the manor. Dad used to say his granny hated all the bright lights. There's a missing page.
Amelia left tonight. She packed her suitcase and walked right out of here, and I didn't even notice. Like those days in the Oxford Library before we even met. I just had my nose in a book, lost in my own world. I am such a fool. I have let my obsession with this damned ritual of long life rule my better judgment for far too long. And it may already be too late. How could I have not seen this coming? I've made this mistake over and over, always putting my research before my personal life. But it's never hurt like this before. I simply cannot live without her. If I have to give up this accursed quest that has plagued me for so long, then so be it. I am going after her, right now, tonight.
Wow. What is up with these handprints? That's something Lara did. Oh, is the game telling us to do that? The library! Yeah, everything's
Okay,
quite destroyed
that ledger
here.
has to be in here somewhere. Hopefully it has the combination to the safe.
Alright, let's start with this.
I've created a clever little map for Lara's birthday expedition. I used the invisible ink Amelia picked up for me in Morocco so many years ago. At the time, I remember being so annoyed by that rather aggressive street vendor, but she just smiled in her sunny way and paid him without a second thought. I assumed it was just a tourist scam, but it actually works. Turns out it requires a very specific kind of vellum and a heat source to illuminate the ink after it's dried. It should prove a nice challenge for Lara to puzzle out.
I wonder if that's what the handprints are.
I always accepted that Richard's rather unorthodox research was just something I had to live with. But this time, the thrill of discovery has taken hold of me. I never imagined I could be drawn in this way. Richard cabled to tell me he's found the monastery. The symbol we deciphered in the scroll was the key to its location. I don't know if I honestly believe that this will lead to the fabled elixir of life, but I can't help but feel that a great secret awaits us there. My brother was threatening to shut down the expedition, but I managed to talk him down for the time being. Now I am going to meet Richard. I would bring Lara if I could, but she's still too young. She'll be in good hands with Winston, and when we return, her parents might just be a bit more famous.
This music is familiar. It's beautiful.
Well, I can't really hear it because of the thunder, but you know what? We'll turn it off. That's what copyright does to you.
I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs.
Now, let me see. These two myths are referencing the same source material. But where did I see this image?
Dad, I think it's this one, in the chapter on Egyptian districts.
Why, yes, I think you're right, Lara.
I remember the page with the illustration of Ra.
My goodness, you've been paying attention, haven't you? This could be an important breakthrough.
Does this mean I'm your research assistant?
That and more, my darling girl.
Takes me back. Those were good times. The best times.
I've reached the monastery. As Roth predicted, it was hidden deep in the Himalayas. And now that I'm standing on these high stone walls, I am overwhelmed by the sheer beauty of the mountains that surround me. It is simply breathtaking. But what adds to their spiritual majesty is the truth of this place. The monks welcomed me, as is their way, but they seemed to expect me. They must have known someone like me would eventually come seeking answers. I know this is the place. They've conducted the ritual before. I have seen the evidence, the distinctive symbols carved into the floors, the art displayed on the inner chamber's walls. They've created the elixir before, and they will again if I can convince them. I sent Amelia a message straight away. I want her by my side for this discovery.
Dad was looking for an elixir. Was it the elixir of life?
I'm really curious now how her mother passed away.
For God's sake, memorize the combination, you fool. Lara's expedition treasure, my favorite painting by Amelia, the day of our wedding anniversary.
Okay, got to find those objects to figure out the combination to the safe.
Okay.
There's something else here.
Oh, so cute, dinosaur!
This is my handiwork. I used to love drawing pictures of tigers.
Oh, what is this?
Dad's lighter. I don't remember him ever using it, though.
Why don't we go ahead and get up here? Oh, I see. We gotta move this. We gotta get down here. We're gonna push this to the other side. I mean, to be honest, we could have just moved the boxes, but you know what? This is a game. It's not realistic. Okay. Anything here?
Blank, except for the image of a key.
That is very strange.
I remember this map now. It leads to the master key, but we made it with a special kind of invisible ink. It could only be seen with the heat of a fire.
Oh.
I can see the map. Looks like the key is hidden under a trunk near the bookcase.
Oh, just take a look at that. Alright, grab it, Lara.
The master key. This should get me into the west wing.
Sweet! We should be able to open this now.
The pharaoh's crown from my birthday treasure hunt. What was I again? 6, 8? I think this hieroglyph corresponds to a number.
Alright, open the door. Let me in.
Worse than I thought.
You scared me, Lara. Oh, I thought we were outside. Well, this is lovely. Calm down, music. I didn't know this was a horror game.
Okay, Lara, keep it together.
Yeah, keep it together.
See things.
It's just the thunder. I love the rain.
Mom's atelier. Dad sealed it soon after she died. He probably couldn't bear the idea of removing any of her belongings.
My lord, we all hope your work was well received at the conference and look forward to your return. As is so often the case with these missives, I wanted to call your attention to an incident involving our little angel. It seems that Lara has been the subject of some ridicule amongst the other girls at school. From what I can gather, some of the other young ladies were teasing her for being too much of a tomboy. You know how Lara can get when pushed into a corner. Let's just say they won't be bothering her again. But I do think their words have had an effect. I believe Lara has been missing her mother lately. She's begun to worry that she isn't like the other girls. And having grown up with only a father, it shouldn't come as a surprise that she has trouble relating to them. I wonder if this new friend of yours, Anna, is it? Perhaps she might prove a welcome influence. It might be worth bringing her to the manor to meet Lara. In any case, I'll let you decide the proper time to do that. Please travel home safely. Yours, Winston.
Seems like Winston did care.
Untouched for years, exactly as she left it.
Whoa. Is that our father?
Mum's paintings. Which one was Dad's favorite?
Probably the one of him.
I returned home this afternoon to collect the last of my paintings. I suppose I should say I returned to my family's home. Atlas was there, in one of his foul moods, and even as he dripped venom for Richard with his cruel barbs, I could only laugh. To think that I once listened to my bitter brother in matters of my own happiness. My dismissal only served to infuriate him more. I left him there in Father's study, muttering to himself. On the drive back, as Winston took a longer route through the country, I looked through my paintings, Richard's favourite one among them, a simple abstract with blocks of red. I smiled, thinking about giving it to him. I was happy, and I was going home.
Good. Good
Blocks
for
of
her.
Red, Dad's favorite painting. Maybe something about that painting will help me figure out the combination.
This one? Blocks of red, right? Lara! Is it this one?
Mum with me as a baby. I've never seen this. Hard to believe I was ever that small.
I did see this one.
I stood up to my family's criticism, stood in defence of Richard and our love. But as my new life began in Croft Manor, doubt set in. How could love flourish in these cavernous halls and endless passageways? Had I made a terrible mistake? I have never been more delighted to be wrong. Richard welcomed me to the manor, my new home, with a game. It was a clue, written in jumbled words from 5 different languages, but it pointed the way forward. The next clue was a seemingly blank piece of parchment in the kitchen, where the heat of a candle revealed a message written in lemon juice. I followed each step, grinning like a child as I solved his riddles and chased the trail to its end. A white cloth stretched out on the lawn where a picnic was laid out. We laughed and ate, and my doubt vanished with the last of the morning mist. Love can and will endure.
I would love a studio this big with the windows. Oh, we can go up there. It's a good thing to admire the place sometimes.
Lara arrived tonight, though not without a bit of drama, but all is well. She's a healthy, beautiful baby. I've never seen Richard so happy. I'm sure he'll be celebrating with his favourite whiskey tonight. It's calm and peaceful now. Just the gentle sound of the rain and the small, sleeping breaths of this new life I hold in my arms. Lara Croft, my darling daughter. It's hard to put into words this feeling I have. We share a connection, something I never expected. A love so powerful and pure. Someday you'll feel it too. No matter where you go or where you find your place in this world, we will always have this connection.
With Amelia gone, the manor is a different place. A dimness pervades, a quiet I can't stand. Even though Lara is too young to understand what has happened, she also senses the change. She's asked after her mother only once, and I'm afraid my reaction must have terrified her. I will need Winston more than ever these next few months to help look after her. I never quite realized how much grief can consume a man, but I am utterly consumed. I know I can't escape the pain, but I will try my damnedest to avoid it. I will seal the West Wing for as long as I live in this place. It will remain exactly as Amelia left it. Perhaps someday Lara can find her own answers there.
Wow, so he never dared to say anything. Well, thanks, Dad. That was great. Oh, gosh. Alright, Mother. This was your room. Let's see what we find in here.
Mum, on her wedding day, she looks so beautiful. Their anniversary was in October. Which day? I can't believe I don't know this. There's got to be another clue somewhere. I remember this. Dad gave it to Mum on her birthday.
Oh, October 13th.
October 13th, Mum's birthday.
I believe it took this trip to push me over the edge. I've been able to see Richard in his element, seeing him at his best and his worst. I've experienced the purity and chaos of his passion, and I came to realize I want his passion in my life every day. So it's done. Richard wanted to wait another 4 days until my birthday, but I wouldn't have it. Once I make a decision, I prefer to get on with it. So we found a small chapel in Luxor that was just right. And with Roth and the others at our side, we married as the sun set over this remarkable land. Mother will never forgive me. Atlas will forever resent me. But I don't care anymore. I'm free of de Mornay obligations. Free to pursue my own passions and live my life surrounded by those who will encourage and challenge me. I'm excited for the future, whatever it may bring. Tomorrow, Richard and I return home to London as the Crofts, forging our path together.
Okay, back to the study to open that safe.
Alright. Well, I'm glad for her mom. You know, she stood up for herself, made her own decisions.
Dad, what do you keep in there?
Nothing too important, Lara. Estate business and such.
If it's not important, then why bother putting it in a safe?
I should know better than to try and pull one over on you. There is something important in here. And it's for you, should you need it someday.
Oh!
Well, let's hope you came through for me, Dad.
Oh my god, I'm supposed to figure this out? Woo! Alright, what do we have here?
It makes me happy to know that Dad kept this safe. No, that's not what I'm looking for.
I am numb. It is taking all my willpower to hold back the overwhelming grief. Amelia's plane crashed in the mountains. She died alone in the snow, waiting for me to find her. Oh God, not her, not now. I cannot accept it. Life without her is too painful to imagine. I know what must be done, and I am resolved. I'm going to bring her back. Perhaps this is why I am here. Perhaps this is fate, a test of my faith in the truth I've sought for so long. Roth will fight me on this, but I can't face Lara. I can't look into her eyes unless I try. I must try to bring Amelia back. The monks are preparing the elixir now, and then we will see if all my years of hunting this truth was for
Oh
naught.
gosh.
Dad, what did you do? Dad's sequel to his first book on immortality, he never got a chance to publish it. Handwritten, this is the only copy. Damn, this isn't it either. I was certain there had to be a will in here. Wait, what's that? A blank page.
We gotta take it to the fire.
A hidden message. What are these strange marks? They have to be some kind of clue.
Right here. Oh, is it the same one? Okay, so the bird is number 2. That's number 1. Okay, I am going to assume that it's 1, 4, 2. 1, 4. Woo!
Damn, locked in.
Great.
Did this open the secret door from the inside? Hope I'm not trapped in here.
I hope so too, Lara. It's a little bit creepy.
Did Dad build all of this just to keep his research safe?
Oh, wow. Alright, let's snoop around, shall we?
The renovations are proceeding in secret. The work crew Roth hired for the job have been paid handsomely to keep the details of the job out of the records, so I'm fairly confident no word will get out about what I'm doing. I've been careless with presenting my findings, attracting all the wrong sorts of attention. Roth thinks I'm being paranoid by building this secret vault, but I know I'm being watched. My work is too important, and potentially too dangerous. It can't fall into the wrong hands. I need a secure place to keep it all safe.
Good. Good job, because guess what you were? Oh God, what is this?
The missing page from the renovation plans. They didn't want anyone outside the family knowing about this crypt.
Makes sense. Okay, what else we got? What else?
My love. It is silent. So peacefully silent now. Even after the madness and chaos of the crash, I can't help but still wonder at the beauty of these mountains. I understand the magic that drew you here. Please know that I feel no pain in this moment. Only immense sadness. Sadness that I couldn't see your smiling face once more. That I'll never meet the wonderful woman that our daughter will become. There is so much to say, but I'm tired. The sun is setting. The cold of night will overwhelm me. I know I will fall asleep soon, and likely never again awaken in this world. I'm scared. Richard, what lies beyond? You know I've always struggled with faith, so I'm holding on to yours for now. I'm holding on as best I can, my love. Become the father Lara deserves. Know that I will live on in her.
Hold on. Didn't she crash in the mountains and died? How did she have time to write this? Was it when the plane was falling? I'm a little bit confused, but I appreciate the letter.
Mum faced death alone. She was so brave.
Oh, did it crash and she stayed alive? Is that what it is? And then died?
There's an inscription. This is the Croft universe. Our knowledge is to the east, our respite to the west. Our future is to the south, our past is to the north. Our past to the north. Could there be something else beneath the manor?
Ooh.
Amazing. Even in here, Dad went out of his way to hide his findings.
It's over. I have done all that I could, and my Amelia is still cold and dead. Roth first scowled at my designs. Then he pleaded with me not to go through with the ritual. Not because he feared it might work, but because he feared what I might do when it failed. And it has failed. There is no doubt in that. I prepared everything according to my research. When I dropped the stone into the elixir and held it to her lips, I thought for the barest moment that it had worked. The hour was midnight and my pocket watch stopped inexplicably. There was a charge in the air like the moment before a lightning strike. For a heartbeat, I imagined that my life was being drawn from me as one empties a glass in order to be poured back into Amelia. I would have welcomed death if the last thing I saw were her eyes, clear and alive again. But the moment passed. Amelia is still dead, and I was no Orpheus. We will return to the manor and lay her to rest. I owe her that much.
Oh gosh.
You brought her home. She's here, somewhere. Might be able to use this to access other parts of the manor.
Perfect. Hiya! Alright, let's go in here. We got our flashlight. Oh, we've been in here.
Our knowledge
We
is
got
to the
it!
east, our respite to the west. Our future is to the south. Our past is to the north.
Our past is in the north. Oh! Alright. There's a secret here. Cool. Alright, I hope this is our will here somehow. So we can keep this place. Take that, uncle. What is that?
Incredible. This
that a
crypt
statue?
was here all along.
I expected a sort of crushing finality to grip me when we returned to the manor to lay Amelia to rest. Indeed, once the last of my funereal duties were performed, I fully believed that I would crumple to the ground next to her and expire, not from grief, but succumbing to the terrible exhaustion of the last few weeks. Instead, as the mausoleum stones slid into place, I felt a sort of peace and energy. One that I confess caught me entirely off guard. This was not the terminus of our story, and I was a fool to think so. Her body may be gone, but her spirit still resides here, in the manor, in me, in Lara. Her soul is forever twined with mine, and death is just a momentary interruption. I walked out of that cold quiet into a sunlight that burned my eyes, and I have never been more sure. Death is not the end, and there is work yet to do.
Very well. Is that what I think that is? Holy
My God,
smokes!
can it be? Dad, you did bring her home.
My dearest Lara, it is difficult to write this, knowing these may only ever be words on a page to you. I wonder if you will remember my voice. Will you remember the way we used to play and laugh? Will you remember me comforting you when you were sad? Know that I'm still with you, Lara. My energy, my love. It's within you. It always will be. Use that energy to pursue your passions in life. Never let others determine your journey. You become who you are through your choices, through the love you give and the promises you keep. I hope you are happy, that you are loved and successful in whatever it is you choose to do. I am proud of you, my darling. Remember me, with all my love, your mother.
That was it? Excuse me?
What's this? A letter.
Did we keep the house? I mean the
Lara.
mansion.
I have received the notarized affidavit confirming Amelia's grave and the discovery of the burial crypt within the manor premises. While I can't fathom why your father would hide your mother's fate from her own family, I cannot deny that any legal claims I may have had on the estate are now null and void. Croft Manor and the remainder of your father's assets are now yours in perpetuity to do with as you wish.
Loser!
If there comes a time when you require assistance in managing the estate, I hope you will consider contacting me to retain my services. Sincerely, your uncle.
I don't think I will, Uncle. I don't think I will.
I've been so focused on defying my uncle, of fighting to keep his hands off this manor, that I never realized how much this place actually means to me. But since I've been here, I can feel the presence of my mother and father. I sense the entire history of my family and the deep roots we have in this place. I want to honor my parents. I want to honor all of my ancestors. The Croft family may be all but destroyed, but I will make our name and our home great again.
Very well, Lara. You will do that. I'm sure you will. There is still another DLC. I believe it was Lara's Nightmare. I think this is all we had for this one. Let me double check. Yeah, we don't have any more missions or anything like that. It was the final puzzle, but you know what? This was so much fun. I was very happy that we actually got to check out her home. Something that we never really got to do in any of the games. We got a little bit of her backstory, things that went on with her father and her mother. We finally found out what happened to her poor mama. And all the drama that was happening behind the scenes as she was a child. I'm really curious what Lara's Nightmare is about. That's going to have to be its own episode, which we will jump into that very soon. But I think all of this is preparing us for Lara Croft 3, which is called Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So for this DLC, we'll leave it off right there. And friends, I will see you for the DLC of Lara's Nightmare in the next one.